Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. It has been way too long since I have said that. Obviously it's been a little bit for those of you who watch my videos pretty regularly. It's been a while since I posted. I think August, maybe September. Actually, I think it was September was the last time I posted. And then things just kind of got crazy in end of last year. September through the end of the year was just kind of madness, and I just didn't really have time to really edit videos. I had time to shoot them, but editing takes so long. And so I just didn't really have time, unfortunately, to get any more videos out. Do apologize, but we are back. I am happy to say that. As you can tell, we still have our Christmas decor up. Me and my wife actually haven't even done our Christmas yet. We did so many Christmases this year. We went, so we did Christmas with my family right around Thanksgiving because we switch every year. So like this year we went to my family for Thanksgiving and Samantha's family for Christmas, and then next year we'll switch and do the opposite. But because of that, we just go ahead and celebrate Christmas with my family. Whenever we go for Thanksgiving, we just celebrate it really, really early. So yeah, we did that, and then went to Samantha's family for Christmas and had a lot of Christmases there and stuff. And so it was a lot of Christmases, and so we still haven't even done our own Christmas yet, like just for ourselves. We always just do like a separate one just because it's just easier that way. And stuff, and so we actually haven't done ours yet, so soon. It will happen soon. Also, hope you don't mind the glasses. I usually wear contacts, but I have been having so many issues with getting more contacts and stuff like that. It's been a whole battle and a half trying to get more contacts and stuff that, yeah, has just been a major pain. So wearing glasses for the time being, and hopefully I'm hoping to get more contacts soon. So that's that. But for now, we're rocking the glasses. Hope you guys don't mind. I know there's like probably a little bit more glare here, but hopefully it's not a big issue. Really, I don't have like a ton to talk about today. I just wanted to kind of catch you guys up on the end of 2024 and just kind of talk about where I've been, what's been going on, some things that are happening that have been annoying. Some have been really good things, some have been really annoying things, just all the things. And talk about a little bit about 2025 and stuff like that. I am going to do a separate video where I talk about like how much I made in 2024 and all that. I haven't like fully sat down to like go over all the numbers and stuff yet or anything, but I am really excited to do that and everything, because this 2024 was definitely, I'll say, one of our best years by far. I know that without even like getting all the numbers together. I don't even have to. I just know just from candle sales alone was way better than we've ever done before. And so yeah, it's just 2024 was a crazy year for us. Really good. Obviously left my job, get to do this full time now, which is great. That was the plan from back in like January of last year. I literally remember like last January saying like, I just want to like by next January, which is where we are now, I want to not be working at my full-time job anymore. I was just like, I can't do it anymore. It was too much to do both and like be able to actually like focus on the candle business and stuff like that. And it was just too much, honestly. Yeah, it was too much. And so, and thankfully we were able to make that happen. And so I'm really happy about that, really excited about that. It has been a kind of slow January, and honestly, I'm really thankful for that. We have had some orders come in and stuff like that, and we've still been keeping busy and stuff, but I've tried to take a little bit of time off the beginning of January just because, like, really the last 3-4 months of the year were just insane, and I just needed some time. The only time that we really took off was like when we were visiting family and stuff, which, don't get me wrong, that's always, you know, good and it's fun, but it's not really like downtime, because you're not really like resting. You're like running around doing all the things, especially for Christmas and stuff. You're, you know, spending lots of time with family and stuff. I mean, we did get to rest a little bit more, but, you know, just not quite the same as like actually resting and stuff. And so yeah, so I've been trying to take the beginning of January just a little bit slower and stuff like that. You know, when we got back from families and stuff, we did have quite a few orders to get out the door and stuff like that. But other than that, it's been, after we got those initial orders done and stuff, it's been a little slower, which has been really nice because I needed it, honestly. So like I said, 2024 was our best year yet by far. I am really excited though for this year, for 2025, because I really do think that now that, especially now that I get to spend the entire year actually working on my business rather than just like the last 3-4 months or whatever, I think that it'll, you know, we'll be able to really grow and stuff like that even more this year. We already had a lot of growth last year. Customer base definitely expanded quite a bit. I plan on making videos about some marketing things we did and stuff like that. Worked with an influencer for the first time, which was cool. Definitely want to kind of talk about that in a future video because it did go really well. So I do plan on talking about that in a future video, as well as, like I said, you know, just talking about how much we made throughout the whole year and everything, and stuff, which, yeah, like I said, really great and stuff, or at least I feel like it was great comparatively to the previous years and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. But this year, 2025, I am working on adding new products to our line and stuff like that. Stuff that I've wanted to do for so long, but just really didn't have the time because trying to, you know, maintain the business, just like getting orders out and stuff like that, maintain the business as well as working full-time years prior and stuff like that. I just really didn't have time to work on any new products. I didn't have time to design them, test them, do, you know, all the things that you guys know come with doing new products and stuff like that. And so yeah, I'm really excited about that. I had already been kind of thinking for the past, you know, like couple months of the year and stuff like that, like new products that I wanted to add, and one product that I actually want to bring back and everything. But I wanted to be sure that these were, you know, products that my customers wanted and stuff like that, and wanted to actually make sure that, you know, I was heading in the right direction. So I did actually put together a survey, not just on Instagram. I have trouble with the Instagram ones because so many of you, you're so great and I love you guys, but so many of you who are also candle makers and you don't really buy from me, which is totally fine. No, absolutely, like, no worries there. But you don't really buy from me, and that's totally fine. But a lot of you do respond to my my like polls and stuff on Instagram and things like that, which I do appreciate. I appreciate the engagement. It definitely is great. But you're not really my target audience. And so when you guys do respond to those, sometimes it really throws off the whole, you know, because I'll have like 20 people who've never actually bought from me or whatever responding that they want this certain thing or whatever, but I'm like, but you're not really my customer. And so you know, I'm like, do you, yeah, it's like, it's a hard thing. Because yeah, it's just a hard balancing, if that makes sense. And like, seriously, it's totally fine. I love that you guys are engaging with my stuff on Instagram and stuff like that, so don't feel bad. It's totally fine. It's just one of those things that I have to like figure out who my actual customer base and who my actual audience is, you know, because I'm not trying to sell candles to you guys because you are candle makers, or most of you are candle makers as well. And so I'm not necessarily like, you are not my main target audience, if that makes sense. Totally appreciate when you guys do buy candles and buy stuff from me. It makes makes my day. But obviously, like, you're not my main target audience and everything, if that makes sense. So I did put together an actual survey using SurveyMonkey. I will be honest with you, I should have read the fine print a little bit better, because I didn't realize that after like 25 responses, you have to pay basically to see any further responses, and it is expensive, guys. Like, it is stupid, ridiculous expensive. I definitely should have looked further into it. But like, at first, the cheapest option was showing like $100 a month, which is insane. They have like plans that they show you the monthly amount, but they're billing annually. So you're paying $300, $400, but it comes out to like $25, whatever a month. And I'm like, I don't really need to pay $300 for surveys because I'm not sending them out that often. I just wanted to do this one. I mean, we might do some in the future, but not $300 worth. So they did thankfully have a plan. It was still expensive. I had to write to them. They didn't display it on their website because they probably know that most people would just go with that one. It was like $50 a month, which is still ridiculous for survey responses. Like, I'm just like, that's absolutely wild that they're charging that much. But like, I looked at other places and most of them were charging about the same. So yeah, craziness. But anyway, so I did pay the $50 because fortunately, but unfortunately, we did get a lot more responses. I think we got like 60, we're up to like 62, 63, something like that responses so far. So I did go ahead and pay the extra so that I could actually see those responses, because otherwise they don't let you see them and it's just kind of a waste of time. And so I didn't want those people who responded, I don't want to not look at their responses and stuff like that. And so, so I did go ahead and unfortunately have to pay that $50, but it is what it is. And I immediately canceled it so that like once the month is over, it'll just be done. It won't keep billing me or anything because I ain't trying to pay that much for a survey. Thankfully, the products that I was most focusing on for this year or wanted to make for this year and everything, those did end up being the ones that had the highest responses for like what people were wanting, which was really like super thrilling for me because I was like, thank God, because like if they had just chosen all the other ones, I mean, I would have made it happen, but it wouldn't have been as like, because I was like, I've already bought some stuff to try and, test out and everything. And so I just didn't want to have to go back to the drawing board with that and everything. So I'm really thankful that, thankfully my thinking was lined up with what my audience was wanting. For instance, the first thing that I am planning on doing this year is bringing back room sprays. And that actually was the highest thing that people asked for, was for room sprays to be brought back. Or I kind of laid out the survey for new customers as well as returning customers and stuff like that. So they could choose, whether they were a returning customer or if they were like a new customer from that time period of when we had room sprays and stuff. And so, yeah, most of them, I got a lot of responses that said like, yes, I was a customer, please bring them back. I loved them. But I got even more responses of, I wasn't a customer at the time, but I'm like really interested in them and everything. Which was really, really great because I knew that this year especially I've gained a ton of new customers and stuff like that. And so I really do think that like a lot of them, I'm like, I could see them actually using room sprays more and stuff like that. And I'm more excited about them this time around because I decided to not do what I originally did, which was just go with like a matte black bottle because it goes with my branding and stuff. I didn't really love the bottles that I was using before, and I also didn't love the label and everything. I was kind of trying to keep it cohesive with my branding and stuff, but I didn't love it. And so I just kind of was like, well, this is what we're doing because I feel like I have to, but I don't really enjoy it. So yeah, wasn't really feeling the branding, wasn't really feeling the bottles themselves and stuff like that. And I think that that subconsciously just made it to where I like never advertised them really. And so that was also probably a reason they didn't do super well. The people who did get them said that they loved them and stuff, but we really didn't sell a lot of them. We would really only sell them at markets. I think I don't even know. I think I could probably count on one hand the amount of sales that we actually got online from them. And so I knew I was kind of moving away from doing as many markets, and so it just didn't make sense for me at the time to continue carrying them. But I'm really excited to be bringing them back this year and making them a lot better. I have new bottles that I'm really excited about. I actually have some of them here with me. This is one I've already made it. It does kind of have some gross floaty things in there because I didn't think about washing it out beforehand, so I apologize, that's really gross. I will absolutely wash them out before going forward. But yeah, but the room spray has been really well. This one is crystal clear because I have been using the Hive and Honey base, which I love. It has been wonderful to use. It's super easy to make. It's so much easier than what I was doing before. You know, I still like that recipe and stuff. It still works, but I prefer this much better because it's literally just pour the base in, pour the fragrance in, and you're done. That's about it. I mean, some stirring, but that's about it. There's no, like, you don't have to figure out a bunch of different ingredients and all that stuff, and yeah, all that. It just, yeah, it was much easier to do it this way, and it comes out crystal clear, which is amazing, and stuff like that. And so yeah, I'm really thrilled about these. But while I have you here, I might as well just have you guys help me pick out my spray bottles because I'm really back and forth on which ones I want to use. So we have this one, the one that I already showed you. This is, wow, my face looks crazy through there. It's like looking in a funhouse mirror. But yeah, so this is one of them. This is from Hive and Honey. And then these ones I actually got from Alibaba. So they're really similar. I love the gold tops on both of them. But as you can see, this one is more rounded, and then this one's a little more like square, straight-sided-ish. I don't know if I would say square, but like it's more like straight-sided and stuff. And then obviously that part is like a little more straight and not as rounded as this one. So yeah, I don't know. I love them both. I can't really choose because they both look great in my opinion. But yeah, so I haven't tested out this is what this one looks like without the cap and stuff on it. And I love it. I think it just looks really pretty, really, my wife said it's very artisan, I think is what she said, which I loved. Yeah, and I just like these a whole lot better than what I was doing before. I wasn't in love with the matte black like room spray bottles. I love it for candles and stuff, but for the room sprays, I was just kind of like, meh, you know. Didn't love it, didn't hate it. It was kind of just what I was doing. They also have one like this with the black top, the rounded one that I already have the room spray that I showed you before. They do not have a black option, unfortunately. I don't really personally love the black option though. I really like the gold better. I know that black is more my brand and stuff, but honestly, I just think this looks so much better, in my opinion. And so personally, I'm leaning more towards one of the ones with the gold tops. But let me know down below, which do you guys think? I think my customers will buy them either way. It's really not a huge difference. The only thing about these is they are a little bit cheaper. But I do, honestly, I'm like almost slightly maybe leaning towards this one, but I don't know. It's hard to choose, honestly. So other things, so I'm definitely like moving ahead with room sprays and stuff, figuring all of that out and everything. But I am also looking into making lotion, which is another thing that my customer base was really interested in, as well as like hand soap. So like either foaming hand soap or like a gel. I haven't decided, like a gel, like a normal type hand soap, or yeah, something along those lines. most of my audience said they preferred foaming, so I'm probably going to go with a foaming hand soap and stuff. But I'm just trying to figure out packaging and all of that and when to launch those. It would probably be sometime this summer, maybe going into fall, something like that. Room sprays will probably come out sooner. I'm planning hopefully sometime around spring and stuff like that. So really excited about that. And then another thing that I have to change this year that I am not as thrilled about this one, it's more just an annoyance, is that unfortunately my tins, I can't remember, I don't think I've talked about this in a video, but maybe I did. But these tins, unfortunately, are no longer being made. The company that I was getting them from, Hearts and Crafts, several months ago, they shut down their wholesale part of their website and stuff. They, which is where I was starting to get my tins from, like directly from them. They were technically on Amazon too. But if you bought in bulk, it was actually a little bit cheaper to get from them. But then they shut it down soon after I realized that you could get it from them a little bit cheaper. So unfortunately, they shut down that side. But then I was like, well, are they keeping the Amazon side and everything? And I went through like a whole headache and a half trying to figure that out because every person I talked to gave completely different answers. Some of them said, yes, they were completely shutting down the whole place. Some of them said they were getting rid of the matte black tins or whatever that I use and stuff. Some of them just gave completely wild different answers. Yeah, it was just all over the place depending on who I talked to from them. And so I immediately started looking at other options because I did not feel confident that anyone knew what was going on there, which is usually a bad sign. And so, but I have recently been checking on Amazon and they have now completely discontinued or at least stopped restocking these. They've been out of stock for months now. And so either way, I have to change because I can't be dealing with, you know, even if they are going to have them, I can't be dealing with them being out of stock for months because, yeah, it's just not a good time. I thought that when I first got these, that I was going to be okay because these tins are also available or were available through Dream Vessels. And they were a little more expensive through them, but they were the same exact tins. I ordered some just to be sure they were exactly the same and everything. And then unfortunately, they decided to also stop selling them. They've been out of stock for literally over a year now on their website. And I did reach out to them and they said, maybe someday we'll bring them back. But they're still on their website. They just say out of stock and they've been out of stock for like over a year now. I think it's been actually approaching 2 years, which, yeah, so, yeah. So, unfortunately, I have to figure out what I'm going to do now for my tins or smaller candles. I do have some that I've been looking at. These are, you know, I think these are the ones that Erica from Memory Box Candle Co. Pretty sure she uses. I just put this label. This is an old tea light sample pack label, but I just put it on there for sizing to kind of see if that was the label size I wanted to use and stuff. Overall, I like these. I'm okay with them. I'm not super in love with them. They're just, you know, they're kind of basic and stuff. And I mean, that's okay. I just really, really liked these. I loved the curve of these and everything like that. And just, I felt like they looked kind of unique and stuff. But unfortunately, those are no longer an option, obviously. So I can't really do much there. But I also do like these other options. This is like a straight-sided one, and you don't get that like silver rim with the lid and stuff. It's literally just a straight-sided one, and it's black on the inside as well, which I love. The only problem with these is I have ordered them from 2 different places now, and I don't know that it's going to show on camera. It probably won't, and it's probably just me being too picky, and I'm aware of that. But it is what it is. But I've ordered from 2 different places, and both places they come with like scuffs and scratch marks, and they have like weird paint issues on some of them that just like the paint doesn't look like it fully went through or like wasn't fully, I don't know, like it was still wet or something and they, I don't know, moved it, or I don't know. I'm not exactly, like the paint ran and then dried like that or something. Like it just, I don't know, some of them look just not super professional. So I don't know. I like prefer these ones. I think they look nice and everything, but so far have not found a good place to get them from that I feel like is going to consistently give me good candle tins and stuff, that I'm not gonna constantly have to be working with them to return them and get money back and then buy new ones and, you know, all that. That's such a headache that I don't want to have to deal with. And so I am leaning more towards these just because all the ones I've received have been consistent and everything, and they look good and everything like that, even though I don't love them quite as much as the others, but they are consistent. You know, I haven't had any that have arrived damaged. They don't have any scratches or scuffs or anything like that, and they don't really have like issues and stuff like that, just like with paint and all that. It all looks professional, looks like they're supposed to and everything. So right now I am kind of leaning towards these, but I don't know. If you guys know of any places that sell these and they're really good and you've never had issues, and just keep in mind I am really picky, and so it's probably small issues that most people wouldn't even notice, but I notice it, and I don't like selling things like that. So that's just me. But as of right now, like I said, I am kind of leaning towards this option, but I also know that a lot of candle makers use these. But the nice thing about that is too, is that it's, you know, more secure, that the place isn't going to stop selling them. And also I know you can get them from a lot of different places, or at least very similar ones. I know I've seen some with like the lids that are like more like popped out instead of being down in or whatever. And stuff like that, but they're minor differences and stuff like that. I wouldn't be as opposed to those or whatever if we had to. But anyway, that is probably pretty much it for today. I just kind of wanted to talk about 2025, recap a little bit of 2024. Obviously, we'll do financials and all that stuff in the future, and everything like that, but I am really excited for where 2025 is going to take us. I really think it's going to be a great year. And I just have so much hope for this year, and just so many things I want to do and everything that I think will really help grow our business. What about you guys? What are you excited about for 2025? Are you planning on any new products or even new scents within the products that you already sell? Do you sell other products and stuff like that besides just candles and or wax melts? I would love to hear from you guys down in the comments below. It is so good to be back and so good to be talking with you guys again and everything. And I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you're having a great January so far. Even if it's a little slower right now, I know it slows down, but just try to enjoy the rest as much as you can, as well as, you know, take the time to kind of plan ahead for the rest of the year when it does pick back up and gets a little crazy and stuff like that. You know, just take this time to kind of plan out the year that you want and everything, new products like I am, and stuff like that, and just kind of, you know, take the time to do that while we can, because I know this is usually a slower month and everything, and people kind of dread it, and I'm aware, but it's gonna be okay. Everything will pick back up again. Just gotta ride the crazy roller coaster that I know this time of year always brings. But yeah, it's gonna be great. But that is gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you guys wouldn't mind, if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, as well as subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you want to continue hanging out, there's gonna be some other videos that pop up on the screen, and I will see you there.